And now, I'd like to introduce tonight's featured speaker and a fellow Cohort 9 LEDA scholar, Tania Flores. Raised in Gary, Indiana, Tania is currently working on a manuscript focused on understanding the relational tensions between student affairs practitioners and the demands of their profession, as well as a project that explores the personal narratives of BIPOC graduate students. Tania graduated with a bachelor's degree from Middlebury College with a major in psychology and graduated from the University of Connecticut with a master's degree in higher education and student affairs just a few days ago. Tania is in the midst of transitioning to a college success program manager role at a college access nonprofit in New York. Wait, Tania, will you be working for LEDA? No. Well, hopefully someday. You know our mantra, LEDA for life. And now, please join me in welcoming Tania Flores to the stage.
The hour of the night, I recognize that it's late. I'll try to be quick. But hello, everyone. My name is Tania Flores, and I am a LEDA Cohort 9 scholar. So, as I reflect on my journey through LEDA and to this moment, it should be stated that the trek has not been linear or traditional by any means. When I came to LEDA in 2013, I was that scholar. Not 1 week into the program, I was in a room with Ms. Brieger, Ms. Galeen, and the college guidance team as I called home, begging my parents to let me leave Princeton, if you can imagine that. My mom told me that this was important for my future and that I had to stay. Por tu bien, mija, for my own good. My parents didn't quite understand the magnitude of the opportunity that was happening there, but they grasped early on, before even I could, that this was an experience worth toughing out. And tough it out I did, because let me tell you all, it was not easy. And several people in this room can attest to the fact that I was not easy. In similar fashion to so many people like me, being fiercely independent was a source of pride, an identity marker. At the time, I naively viewed LEDA as a tool, not an opportunity. And during the program, I made one really close friend. I called it good. I was chronically behind on readings and on work. I made it a point to eat my meals by myself and listen to like really sad music, just to really round out that whole energy. And I was generally more interested in the going-ons inside my own head than the experience unfolding around me. When it was all over, I locked that summer away as if it had been a bizarre fever dream and got on with my life. My perception of that time changed when I came back to work at LEDA a few years ago. First, in 2018, I came back to work with the Career Fellows in New York and remember thinking to myself, that was pretty great. The following summer in 2019, I came back for more as a college guidance coordinator to work with the LEDA scholars in Princeton. Luck would have it that 2 of my previous cohort mates were also there for the ride, and this time I thought to myself, this summer is going to be a good one. And it was amazing, really. And it was amazing how easily my cohort mates and I fell into comfortable friendship with one another after years of not seeing each other. We'd all grown remarkably, and we reminisced about that fever dream summer we all experienced together. They told me about how nice I was at dinners, how thoughtful I was in class, and how cool it was when I helped lead the creation of the cohort's constitution. These were passive comments, but I was shocked. Apparently, I was significantly more well-rounded and approachable than I had remembered. In those moments, I came to understand that if I wanted it, there was a LEDA community waiting to warmly welcome me back into the fold when I was ready to return. This theme of community has not gone anywhere if only it's only become more present. When I first came to LEDA, I was young, I'm still young, but I was younger. I was young, determined, I was an independent teenager who was constantly being told by the adults around me what was best for me. Apply to this program, Stay in the program even if you don't want to. Make friends with all of these students from across the country. Have a life-changing experience right now. Safe to say, I was not a fan. And I often found myself holding fast to what little control I did have by disconnecting from it all. When I compare that experience to the summers I've had working with LEDA, I'm struck by the tone of agency in both. It has been cathartic and amazing to come back to this community on my terms. The frustrating adults have become respected colleagues. The fever-dream summers have become opportunities to engage. And the disconnect that I used to feel has become a warm embrace by the people that make this organization what it is. LEDA has continued to grow and blossom, and I along with it. 2 years ago, when the world shifted for all of us, I apprehensively began my own little journey of further growth towards a degree, and 2 years later, we've made it back to this gala, and I to this podium, and I can now say that I'm a proud graduate of the University of Connecticut with my master's degree in higher education and student affairs. And I'll be using the skills I've garnered to continue fostering avenues of college access and success for students like me. It may not be with LEDA, but LEDA can definitely take some credit for this. Timing truly is everything, and clearly these things happen the way that they do for a reason. I am thrilled to be building upon this legacy of work and to make my own little mark in it alongside everyone here in this room. Thank you all so much for having me, and enjoy the rest of your night.